Alright guys, welcome back to the Bang of War Variety channel. Today's video we're going to be doing our second Minecraft video for today. So back at the archive again. In the last video we showed them house number 7 in the neighborhood, so that was a little change from what we have been looking at earlier in this game. But so we have a couple new things added to the world. I've pretty much added to the same sections that we were before, and a couple new things in the archive, a couple new additions to the masonry section, and I changed something up with the 1.18 update. I forgot a couple things, so we'll be checking those out today. I didn't want to go back through and remake the 1.18 video because it had some views. So we're back. So yeah, that's that. So we're back at the archive here today. And so I added a couple things in here. I forgot to change the video of house number 7 today, but reason I added on night is because I like night so much better than day, because day is so gloomy looking in this game. But anyway, what we're gonna do is we're going to discover what else we put in here. So I haven't put anything new down here, but I added a couple new things up here. I'm probably going to cover this chainmail armor up just so we don't accidentally punch that, and if it is taken out of the game, we don't make that disappear forever. It would not be good. So while I'm doing that, we added a couple new exhibits here. Among those, I just recently added this before I started this video. Horse armor. I don't look for this to last in the game. Maybe they won't take it out, but it's not a very commonly used item. Like, people don't use their hard-earned diamonds to craft horse armor because it doesn't really strengthen your horse, I don't think. It just kind of makes it more stylish. So, the horse armor we have in there, along with the fishing rod on the stick, the carrot on a stick. And the reason I think that's not the most significant, and the reason I think that's a significant item is that people don't really travel around on pigs in this game. That's what you need to travel around on the pig. And this will run out eventually as the pig eats the entire carrot. And they're not very fast, so people don't really use it, so I just put that in there. I don't know what people use, but I personally think it's a less common item. These aren't really less common, but nobody really wears them on their head. I just put the different heads in this game: the Steve head, zombie head, creeper head, skeleton head, wither skeleton head, and the dragon head's obviously the most common because people harvest them after they survive or after they go to the end city. So that's that. And then I put some end crystals up here. I didn't encase it in glass to just take up too much space. Obviously, we don't want to go punching. We want to keep our cursor off of these. We go punching around this, we're going to have a big explosion, and the roof of my archive building is going to be history. So we're just going to stay clear of that. But I just put those up there because they're harder to find. I would have moved them apart, but now I can't get rid of them without making them explode. So yeah, that's that, sadly. Inside this room, I told you last time that this is just how I get these items out of the item frame if I would need to demonstrate something with them. But I added this piece here, item disposal system. So basically this runs to the outside of the building. Outside the building where there is a item disposal system, like I mentioned. I just when I built that little house and I put this, I just connected this down. And this water just runs into the void and carries the items that you don't need with it. So basically, I've built many such incinerators and item disposal systems before, and I usually, when I would start a survival world, I would need that, so I would build it off the side of my house, so you could just whip your items in that and carry them into something. But yeah, so you just, for example, throw that in there, it just carries it down, throws it into the void, where it'll hit the barrier in the void, and then it'll just sit there, and then it'll just despawn. So that's what happens to those items, most likely. So that's it for the archive. We just added a couple new things in there. Now we're going to go to the masonry section, where we have added a couple new bricks and redid a couple. I did take out a couple things that were just taking up space that I didn't need, that weren't doing anything. So among those were the frame, that big frame of the house. You can watch one of the you can watch a couple of the other Minecraft videos and you'll see it there as I'm flying back from here. You'll see what I mean. You could see where it was sitting in those little dirt blocks everywhere. A couple things, like there's a couple more things I'm going to take out, but I just didn't get into that. I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to take this thing out. It's been here for so long, but I don't need it. So think of it, every block you place in this game, it's memory that the game's using. I mean, it's a very, 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 very small amount of it. But I just take the stuff out that just I don't feel that needs. Now, you may be wondering, why don't you take this out? This is just I put my elytra on and launch myself up into the air, and that's how I fly to the archive faster. So that's what I use that for. Updated this. This is just a test to see if the villagers would despawn, because I was having that issue in survival where I tried a villager farm. I used to do pretty good with that, but I don't do it anymore because it's just a hassle. Not like on PC. But anyway, to our masonry section. This 8-inch concrete block, it's about what this would look like in real life, the size. Obviously, you wouldn't be this small compared to it, but that's about what they look like. It was too small. It was smaller than this brick. It would be even bigger, even more bigger than this brick than it is now, but it isn't. I updated that, redid it, made it bigger, just made it look more like a concrete block. If you watch the other videos, this brick here, it kind of had like, let me find the granite. It kind of had like these side things running up and that's kind of like notches. I was trying to simulate notches. Or I tried to cut them into the brick, but then that holes were too narrow, so I just left it like this. So I changed that. Added the smaller version of this bricks, and this was the king brick, and I added the smaller version, just 5 slits in it. Okay. I added your regular 3-hold brick. And then I removed this emphasis diagram where I had the regular thickness brick laying next to this thin brick, so you can see how thin. You can just visualize that right here. So I took that out to allow more space. I built this brick. This is an older type of brick, more of a paver, but it just has holes in it. It can be used as a brick though. And then I updated our corner block. I extended the corner notch the whole way to the width of the brick. And I widened the holes to make it look like a 12-inch corner block. Okay. Last thing, over to our 1.19 update. I forgot a couple things. I added moss. I added a moss block and moss carpet because I thought that was added in this update, but it was actually added in this one over here. So I'm going to take that out. Basically, so I forgot a couple things. And I noticed this while I was building house number 7, which we showcased in the past video. They added mud, just regular mud, okay, like that, this black block here. Rooted dirt, they added that in this update too, so I need to take that out as well. So we'll just take that out. I forgot a couple mangrove things, so with the whole mangrove wood line, I forgot the mangrove pressure plate and the mangrove pressure plate and the mangrove button. So those are 2 of those. So I forgot those, and those are put in. I redid this stuff. And then they also added hanging roots. So I put this here to emphasize that. All right. And that's that. So that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. So please like and subscribe, so it helps out the Vanderboard Variety channel. Stay tuned for more gaming videos as well as other stuff that we're going to do on the channel. I might neaten this up a little bit, but we're not going to be doing that in this video.